Welcome to Inside the Crease with your Mason City Toros. I'm your play-by-play broadcaster, Tom Larsen. On today's episode, we take a look back at how last season ended. We talk about some changes happening both on the bench and with the roster in this upcoming season. So you might be wondering, well, Tom, you're not sitting inside the crease, but as you can see behind me, we have no ice. But in a little under 2 hours, some exciting news. We'll start spraying the ice down, and hopefully here in a couple weeks, the ice will be ready to go. So let's take a look back at last season. The Toros started hot, earning 3 points in their first 2 home games, but really struggled down the stretch. Going into the final month of the year, the Toros only needed 1 win. They were 1 point away from clinching the final playoff spot. However, they fell in the final 3 games of the season and finished 6th in the Western Division. Their final record was 17 wins, 23 losses, 5 overtime losses, and 2 shutout losses, and they finished just 4 points back at that final playoff spot. Obviously, with this great group of guys last season and the heart they had, they were really hoping for a better end of the season. With the season ending, there is always a bright side, and one of that is watching some of those players advance their hockey careers. So taking a look at several key players that have aged out and will be continuing their hockey careers. Veteran player Sam Minnie, who will be starting his freshman hockey career at Hamline University, as well as Parker McEnroe, who's finished his junior hockey career last season. Also getting the call-up this season, returning right here to the Mason City Ice Arena. Weston Bowman will be playing for the North Iowa Bulls this upcoming season, so don't forget you can see him in action playing for the Bulls. And former defenseman Luke Woodstock got the call-up. He will be playing for the Maryland Black Bears. So it's always great to see those players advancing in their hockey careers. So with the departure of several key players from last season, that means that there's spots to fill in the roster, and that comes by way of the NA3HL entry draft. So going into the NA3HL draft this year, the Toros didn't have any draft picks, but late in the draft, they made some great moves. They ended up trading veteran goaltender Drew Blake to the Helena Bighorns in order to get the very last pick. So in the 4th round, the 153rd overall pick, the Toros ended up selecting for Drake Boyer from the Chicago Reapers. Boyer was here a little bit last year, played a couple games with the Bulls, really impressed the staff, and he's going to be coming back this year. So the 6'1", 181-pound right-hand native of Glen Coast, Illinois, recorded 21 goals and 12 assists for 33 points through 61 games played. Fans might remember he suited up for a couple games last season with the North Iowa Bulls. The Toros have also been busy this offseason sending out tenders to help fill up some of those roster spots. So let's take a look at some of those players who are going to be joining the roster this year, along with a couple names that might sound very familiar. So taking a look at my notes, the first tender that they sent out was to Michael Ertl, who started last season with the Toros before returning to Eden Prairie. Last season, he had 1 goal and 3 assists through 14 games with the Toros, and he had 4 goals and 11 assists with Eden Prairie, including a special appearance at Valley Fair playing in the annual Hockey Day celebration game up in Minnesota. The Toros also sent out tenders to Connor Persig of the Albert Lee Tigers, Hunter Anderson of the Waseca Blue Jays, goaltenders Gavin Norton of the West Fargo Packers, Anton Whitus of the Notre Dame Academy, and the latest tender to Blaze Bauer of the Maine Junior Mariners, which is one that I'm really excited to see. Blaze also is very good friends with Grant Harder, so look for their chemistry on the ice to spill over. Now, also during the offseason, the Toros organization made a big change behind the bench by hiring a brand new head coach in Alex North. North served last year as the North Iowa Bulls assistant coach and spent time helping out the Toros practice. North finished his final days at the North Iowa Bulls pre-draft camp, so he got a really good look at some of the guys. So this was an opportunity for the Bulls players as well as the Toros last season rosters and current tenders to really show off their skills to the head coach. Coach North comes in with lots of experience, coaching both at the North Iowa Bulls level and actually also coaching the New Ulm Steel. He also was a player in this league and went through the development, so he brings in loads of experience to help these players advance to the next level. In some of the conversations I've had with head coach North, it's evident that this year the guys are hungry to get back into that Fraser Cup playoff picture and expect this season to be a season of revenge. So with all that being said, there's actually been a lot going on this offseason, so stay tuned for more content. Don't forget to check out Beyond the Blue Line Season 2 coming up. If you haven't seen it, check it out, Mason City Toros on YouTube, and stay tuned for Season 2 of Beyond the Blue Line. We'll be taking you inside the Mason City Toros. Don't forget also, if you don't have your season tickets, stop by the ticket office. Also contact Devin to get your tickets. Lots of great spots still available for this upcoming season. And don't forget about the season opener on September 12th and 13th as the Toros get ready to move one step closer back into the Fraser Cup playoffs. This is going to be a season of revenge. It's going to be a season like none other. Make sure that you're here in person to check it out. Until next time, I'm Tom Larsen, the voice of your Mason City Toros, and saying as always, go Toros.